Now we were reading tidal energy, which is called the alternate source of energy. The tidal energy is the energy which is possessed by rising and falling water tides in the sea. The water in the sea keeps on moving up and down. This moving of water which comes, you must have seen tides. It can be used to generate electricity. The ocean energy can be converted into electrical energy. A dam is constructed across a bay to trap the tidal energy. When the water moves, it can be moved in and out and opening in the dam during high and low tides. Then this water is collected and allowed to run through the turbine, which generates electricity. Now since it is a natural process, again it has advantage. It is abundantly available. Wherever there will be a sea, there will be tides. So advantages of tidal energy will be it is easily available, it is pollution free, and it is cheap to produce. So this is the benefit of using the tidal energy. The next alternate source of energy is biomass. It is called the biogas or the bio waste energy. You must have heard about biogas produced by the cattle dung. The cow dung is collected, and this cow dung, which was normally used by villagers in cooking by providing light, so they now this cow dung is not used for, they collect it in one place and then it is allowed to decompose mixed with water. Decomposition of the cow dung produces a gas. This gas in the Indian villages remains is used for supplied to the houses and used for cooking. And this biogas can be produced by using animal dung, waste of the wood, and agriculture and household waste can be mixed in it. Due to decomposition, biogas is produced, which is produced due to the decomposition of the waste by bacteria, and they produce, during this process methane gas is produced, which is a clean fuel. This gas is then supplied to the houses and they are connected by pipes and they can be used for cooking food. Now one biogas plant can be made and which can supply gas to 3 or 4 houses. In the villages there are large amount of animals and cattle waste is there, so this biogas plant works very easily for many houses. After the biogas is prepared, the biogas production, then there is a leftover. The gas part is used for cooking, whereas the solid waste left is used as a fertilizer. So the farmers can use it as a fertilizer. What is the advantage of biogas? So like other alternate sources of energy, it uses up all the waste and helps to clean the rural areas. So the animal waste is not thrown here and there. It is non-polluting and reduces diseases of the eyes among rural women. The women in the villages normally used to cook food by using wood. They used to burn wood, which produced large amount of smoke and it used to cause diseases. Next we come to non-renewable sources, those sources which are cannot be renewed. They are the sources of energy which have accumulated in nature from a very long time. They are called non-renewable sources because they are present in the earth till the time they are not finished. The rate of formation of these resources is not fast like petroleum. Petroleum took millions of years to form, so they take long time to form. Now since the process is slow, they can't be replaced easily. So if the fossil fuels like coal and petroleum are used up by human beings, they will be renewable and they will last for a fixed number of years. Once these sources are used up, then they will not be available for use. Some of the important non-renewable sources of energy are coal, petroleum, petroleum is also called crude oil, natural gas, and nuclear energy. Nuclear energy we'll read later on. The first is the fossil fuels. Fossil fuels include any class of materials which are biological and they are found on the earth. The fossil fuels include coal and petroleum. They are Coal and petroleum is found from the earth in the crude form. This is also found mixed with other gases, which is the natural gas. They are they contain carbon. The fossil fuels contain carbon. They were formed as a result of geological process from the remains of organic matter. So when the animals now petroleum was formed from dead microscopic animals who lived under the sea millions of years ago. When these animals died, their dead bodies decomposed, and with millions of years passing by, their dead bodies converted into oil, which we get now as petroleum. All fossil fuels can be burned with air and they provide heat. This heat may be employed directly, meaning we can use it directly, or we can use it for some other way. They can be used to supply electricity, for example gas turbines, and used in jet aircrafts. The fossil fuels are generally formed by the decomposition of the buried remains of plants and animals by microorganisms in the absence of air. Now this means millions of years, not recently. The fossil fuels are formed due to decomposition of dead plants or animals. Now when animals died, which lived under the water, their bodies changed into petroleum. And when plants which were growing, trees which were growing in different parts of the earth, when they died due to natural destruction, the all trees they were converted into coal. So today we find those dead trees in the form of coal. But the major source of fossil fuel is the sun. We say that we get energy from the from the plants, but the main source of energy is sun. So sun is called the ultimate source of energy of the fossil fuels, because it is because of sun the plants formed the food. These plants were used by animals, and therefore all the energy which we are using, even in coal and petroleum, somehow it is dependent on the sun.